Conference champions, the Los Angeles Lakers.
Smile out of you, you're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Okay.
This is not where we're finished, right? The job is not done. We're happy with winning this conference championship, but the job is not done. Good job, guys.
Coach AD, you're going to the finals for the first time in your career. When you hear that, what's it sound like?
Feels good. It's good to get something like this accomplished with these group of guys. We battled through a lot this year, starting with the beginning of the season, and we know the job's not done. It's a great feeling, but we got 4 more to win for the ultimate goal. So while we enjoy this, we still got work to do.
Makes this the team that can add one more for everybody else?
That's the biggest thing, man, just the character, the championship character these guys have. That was something that everybody in the front office identified as we put the pieces together. And that championship character is going to carry us in the next round when we play either the Celtics or the Heat. And like Coach said, our job's not done. We got 4 more wins to go.
Congratulations, Ron. How much of this is joy and how much is still business to be done?
We're going to enjoy it tonight, as we should, because this is not promised every year. There's only 2 teams that can advance to the finals every year. And that means it's pretty much 30 players that only advance every year to the finals. So we're going to enjoy it tonight, but we understand that we got bigger fish to fry. We understand there's a bigger goal, but we can't take this for granted because this doesn't happen every year to anybody.
Congratulations, LeBron. Enjoy your fun night, everybody. Your Western Conference champions, Los Angeles Lakers.
Damn right, job not finished, Laker Nation. 4 more wins away from an NBA championship, man. It's been a long time coming, and we're finally back to where we're accustomed to being, man. 10 years before, and here we are now. And then, of course, before the 10 years, man, we were a franchise of mediocrity, something we're not accustomed to, right, Laker Nation? This is what we're accustomed to. This is what we're accustomed to, NBA championships and being in title contention. That's the standard that Dr. Bus set up. So here we are, Laker fan. The job is not finished yet. We can celebrate tonight, but we got to focus on what's ahead of us, and that's getting an NBA championship, whether it's against the Celtics or whether it's against the Miami Heat. But shout out to Genie Bus, the best owner in the NBA. Happy birthday. Hopefully Lakers made you proud. I know the job's not finished yet, and I know you want to, an NBA championship just like we all do. So let's get it done. It's been a long time coming, man. From the Jordan Hill days, the Jody Meeks, the Wayne Ellingtons, the Ryan Kelly days, man. Kwame Brown, etc. Smush Parker, Brian Cook. Man, Kendall Marshall. The list goes on and on from all the scrubs we had to deal with when Kobe was, killing it and not, being rewarded for, getting those type of numbers and willing esteem to wins and things of that nature, and not being able to compete when he was like in his prime years for an NBA championship, man. So it is what it is, but here we are. 12-9-7, man. We are the fastest franchise. Those numbers represent the fastest franchise to being down in the tubes to an NBA championship, man. We like the Phoenix. We don't go away. We get into those ashes, and out of those ashes comes, birth of an NBA title contender, and that's what we are accustomed to. Like Dr. Bus set up a standard. So, and shout out to Genie Bus, man. Shout out to Genie Bus, best owner in the NBA. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Jeannie. So the job's not finished yet, but here we are, Laker Nation. We are in the building. We are in the building. Welcome to the Lake Show YouTube channel. If it's your first time on the channel and you're looking for a different flavor of Laker content on the tube, and you value objectivity, rationale, logic, substantive empirical data from a student against perspective, and if you're happy, man, that the Lakers are back, you love talking Lakers basketball, then you arrived to the right channel. Consider subscribing. And for those of you who already subbed, switch that notification bell to get alerts when I drop videos. Also, Laker Nation, follow me on Twitter as when I post videos to YouTube. I'll post them onto Twitter as well. The link will be in the description. Man, lastly, if y'all pumped, as I am, I'm pumped, but again, the job's not finished yet. But man, this is sweet from all the tough times that we overcome as Laker fans. So give this video a thumbs up rather. Switch that like button. Would greatly appreciate it if you guys are pumped and excited to be back to where we're accustomed to being. So With that said, Laker Nation, let's get into the game recap and my thoughts overall on this game. To the game, first quarter, LBJ got whacked upside the damn head, man. The brother, hey, the brothers in the Laker uniform, Laker Nation, we already know what's up, man. He ain't gonna get those calls that he used to give when he was with the Cavaliers and when he was with the Miami Heat. It is what it is. You already know the league dislikes the Lakers. Hell, the media, they've been biased all year, man. I mean, hell, we've seen two females on the set. I mean, two males, on the set, man, displaying their bitch energy. And Chris Webber and Reggie Miller, man. First of all, TNT needs to not have those brothers on the set because they're some of the worst commenters that TNT has, man. Please keep those brothers off the set because they're displaying their fanboy-ism with all that bullshit, man. But, it's funny because LBJ's been getting hacked a lot. The Lakers are getting called for ticky-tack calls with trying to impose their physicality, and the referees are trying to impede that. So I don't want to hear about complaining for Michael Malone and the Nuggets, who, funny thing is, after game one, he was complaining about the free throw discrepancy when they outshot the Lakers in 2 games in a row, games 2 and 3. And so the Lakers had 9 free throws, I believe, in game 3 in the second and third quarter combined. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. And the Nuggets shot well from the free throw line, just as much as the Lakers, man. So I don't want to hear it. So they shouldn't be crying about fouls because LeBron James was getting hacked a lot. We're getting called for ticky-tack calls. And then on top of that, the Nuggets, a lot. Watching this game as a student, they were getting away with a lot of illegal defense, trying to close off the lane. Joker, primarily in the inside, Millsap. You got to touch players, man, to avoid that defensive 3 seconds. And they're getting away with a lot of that. So I ref games before, and I know how to count. They're missing a lot of shit. Man. But, nonetheless, LBJ was able to beat Jeremy Grant down, inside down low, man. There's no way that Jeremy Grant's going to be able to guard LeBron James, who gives up about, 30 to 40 pounds in weight. He's probably about 220. LBJ's 260, man. That brother is built like a damn center. The average center weight, I believe, is 260. So he's a small forward / power forward, and he's built like a damn linebacker on the basketball court, man. So you're going to be bouncing off of him. So LeBron James is a ridiculous physical specimen, man. So there's no way that a lot of players are going to be able to contain him down low. So that's why he should be going on the inside. But it was good to see him attack this game overall. Nuggets were doubling AD and LeBron James, man, chasing the Laker role players off of the 3-point line, forcing them into tough shots. Danny Green was nutting up, man. He was playing stupid in the beginning of this game, playing right into the Nuggets' hands. So, and then KCP, man, they have to be ready as well to catch the ball, read and react better and faster. They're fumbling passes and things of that nature, man. So, not only that, LBJ and LBJ rather, and AD, they have to be able to read and react faster and not hold the ball so long so that the defense will come over and collapse onto them. They have to catch the ball, reverse pivot, face up, and be able to see from side to side and forward in terms of the defense, in terms of how they're playing them. So that's going to allow Alex Caruso, who did a hell of a job cutting and moving off the ball this game, to be able to attack when necessary and at the right time, man. But they have to be ready. So Denver goes on a 7-1 run. They go up 12-7, I believe, in the first 6 minutes of the game or so. And then AD and LeBron James, they like I said, they need to read and react faster. They got to get better at that because the Miami Heat or the Celtics, higher coach, nuanced teams, man, better IQ, more elite. They're gonna not allow them to beat them one-on-one often, and they're gonna close down the lane and they're gonna trap off of the dribble. Just watch. So the Lakers, LBJ and AD have to be better at reading and reacting to double teams. So a way of doing that is by catching the ball, swinging it side to side, or reposting and moving around, running sets, things of that nature. So the ball has to move and bodies have to move, man. So we'll see how that goes in the next series, but they have to be able to read and react better and not allow, effective double teaming on them. But nice attack by Danny Green, not, settling for the 3-point shot, drawing the second foul on Joker at the 5+ minute mark. That's the thing we had to do, man. That's, get Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic in foul trouble, and they did that. Particularly Joker, who the offense runs through. I know people want to pump up Jamal Murray. Good player, don't get me wrong, but Joker, you know, is the facilitator. He gets everybody involved, whereas Jamal Murray is more of an offensive threat. He can pass the ball, don't get me wrong, but Joker gets everybody involved, and he's better at seeing the court and getting everybody involved and making an impact as a passer, not just scoring. So, you know, that's who we had to get in foul trouble and make things tougher for, because that's where the engine is, man, for the Nuggets. But Kuz with an air ball 3-point shot at the 2 or 3 plus minute mark or so, man. After Michael Porter Jr. scored, you know, that personal battle was silly between them both, Laker Nation. It just appeared to me watching this game that Kyle Kuzma had a personal vendetta against Michael Porter Jr. for whatever reason. Every time Michael Porter Jr. would score, Kyle Kuzma would try to get back at him. Just let the game come to you. You know, that's bad energy and selfishness from Kyle Kuzma, man, taking it, you know, personal. So there's no need. There's really no need for that. You're going to hurt the team, and then you're going to try to get early offense, you know, and not move the ball around. It's going to cause, you know, team disruptiveness, and you're not going to be able to be cohesive as a team because there's no rhythm. You know, you're taking quick shots, and it's poor shot selection for Kyle Kuzma overall. But Caruso, man, is such an excellent cutter and the best off-ball player on this Laker team, Laker Nation. Knows when to cut. You know, cuts very, very well, man, and cuts from the strong side for the Lakers on the offensive end, and for the weak side, of course, for the Denver Nuggets. He knows when to cut. So I got to give him props, man. He does that very, very well. Cuts very, very strong and goes with a purpose. But, you know, nonetheless, LBJ was able to beat Jeremy Grant down, inside down low, man. There's no way that Jeremy Grant's going to be able to guard LeBron James, who gives up about, 30 to 40 pounds in weight. He's probably about 220. LBJ's 260, man. That brother is built like a damn center. The average center weight, I believe, is 260. So he's a small forward / power forward, and he's built like a damn linebacker on the basketball court, man. So you're going to be bouncing off of him. So LeBron James is a ridiculous physical specimen, man. So there's no way that a lot of players are going to be able to contain him down low. So that's why he should be going on the inside. But it was good to see him attack this game overall. But, you know, Nuggets were doubling AD and LeBron James, man, chasing the Laker role players off of the three-point line, forcing them into tough shots. Danny Green was nutting up, man. He was playing stupid in the beginning of this game, you know, playing right into the Nuggets' hands. So, and then KCP, man, they have to be ready as well to catch the ball, read and react better and faster. They're fumbling passes and things of that nature, man. So, not only that, LBJ and LBJ rather, and AD, you know, they have to be able to read and react faster and not hold the ball so long so that the defense will come over and collapse onto them. They have to catch the ball, reverse pivot, face up, and be able to see from side to side and forward in terms of the defense, in terms of how they're playing them. So that's going to allow Alex Caruso, who did a hell of a job cutting and moving off the ball this game, to be able to attack when necessary and at the right time, man. But they have to be ready. So Denver goes on a 7-1 run. They go up 12-7, I believe, in the first 6 minutes of the game or so. And then AD and LeBron James, they, like I said, they need to read and react faster. They got to get better at that, because the Miami Heat or the Celtics, higher coach, nuanced teams, man, better IQ, more elite. They're gonna not allow them to beat them one-on-one often, and they're gonna close down the lane, and they're gonna trap off of the dribble. Just watch. So, you know, the Lakers, LBJ and AD have to be better at reading and reacting to double teams. So a way of doing that is by catching the ball, swinging it side to side, or reposting and moving around, running sets, things of that nature. So the ball has to move and bodies have to move, man. So we'll see how that goes next series, but they have to be able to read and react better and not allow, you know, effective double teaming on them. But nice attack by Danny Green, not, you know, settling for the 3-point shot, drawing the second foul on Joker at the 5+ minute mark. That's the thing we had to do, man. That's, you know, get Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic in foul trouble, and they did that. Particularly Joker, who the offense runs through. I know people want to pump up Jamal Murray. Good player, don't get me wrong, but Joker, you know, is the facilitator. He gets everybody involved, whereas Jamal Murray is more of an offensive threat. He can pass the ball, don't get me wrong, but Joker gets everybody involved, and he's better at seeing the court and getting everybody involved and making an impact as a passer, not just scoring. So, that's who we had to get in foul trouble and make things tougher for, because that's where the engine is, man, for the Nuggets. But Kuz with an airball 3-point shot at the 2 or 3 plus minute mark or so, man. After Michael Porter Jr. scored, that personal battle was silly between them both, Laker Nation. It just appeared to me watching this game that Kyle Kuzma had a personal vendetta against Michael Porter Jr. for whatever reason. Every time Michael Porter Jr. would score, Kyle Kuzma would try to get back at him. Just let the game come to you. That's bad energy and selfishness from Kyle Kuzma, man, taking it, personal. So there's no need. There's really no need for that. You're going to hurt the team, and then you're going to try to get early offense, and not move the ball around. It's going to cause, team disruptiveness, and you're not going to be able to be cohesive as a team because there's no rhythm. You're taking quick shots, and it's poor shot selection for Kyle Kuzma overall. But Caruso, man, is such an excellent cutter and the best off-ball player on this Laker team, Laker Nation. Knows when to cut. Cuts very, very well, man, and cuts from the strong side for the Lakers on the offensive end, and for the weak side, of course, for the Denver Nuggets. He knows when to cut. So I got to give him props, man. He does that very, very well. Cuts very, very strong and goes with a purpose. But, he had some nice off-the-ball cuts in the late first quarter, and overall in this game. The Nuggets were doubling LBJ in the post. I liked how the Lakers were also they were doubling Jamal Murray and Gary Harris off the dribble. I noticed that the defensive strategy they had when Mason Plumlee was on the floor, the Lakers were able to double because of the lack of floor spacing with Millsap out, who was also, I believe, in foul trouble as well with 2 fouls. They were able to collapse onto Jamal Murray, and they had active hands and things of that nature and active feet, so he wasn't able to get the lob to Mason Plumlee, who was wide open. So I thought the Lakers did a good job. So good job by Frank Vogel and the coaching staff to realize when Mason Plumlee was on the floor, that's when they should be doubling Jamal Murray or the ball handler. Did a solid job on Jamal Murray. I believe they only held him to 5 points in the first quarter. Lakers defense was solid, man, overall. But Lakers go on 3 into the second quarter, 33 to 30. Harris with 2 fouls. The Joker, I believe he had 2 fouls as well. And Michael Porter Jr. with 2 fouls. So correction on that in terms of, I think I said Millsap had 2 fouls. But anyway, leading into the second quarter, nice anticipation by Alex Caruso as he draws the 3rd foul on the Joker. I think he took a shot to the chops, man, on the switch, anticipating the Joker's post move. Spin move rather, and went right directly into Alex Caruso's jaw. So good job by Alex Caruso at the 8+ minute mark or so. And then LBJ, man, killing the Denver Nuggets on pick and roll pretty much this entire game, getting that switch, attacking the cup. I love this aggressive LeBron James. I love it. I love when he's looking to score, man. I don't like LeBron James, the passive player. I like LeBron James, the scorer, who's been, who has 33,000 points in his career, man. He's not a pass first guy. He's a scorer. He's born to score, and he does a great job at it. So he needs to do that more often and poses well in his game. I love when he says, "Fuck it, I'm going to the rim no matter what," and he did that this game. So good shit by LBJ to start the second quarter. Scoring 2 to 3 layups at the rim in a row, Laker fam. That's the LeBron James we love to see. LBJ sparking that 11-2 run with his aggressiveness. That's the energy that we need to see from LeBron James every game. So, Murray looking gassed, man, trying to create offense overall, but he had to really exert himself on the offensive end. The Lakers are doing a really good job, and I thought they really did a good job doubling him. At a distance away from the 3-point line, making it tougher for him to pass and things of that nature. Similar to what they were doing with Damian Lillard, way away from the basket, but the rotation's been better because you have, with all due respect, Dwight Howard on the floor, who moves his feet better, has better defensive IQ, way better, vast. It's a nice night and day difference, rather, compared to JaVale McGee, who's slow-footed, who overthinks. And, my coach always says, man, when you overthink or you think too much, you weaken yourself and your team. And JaVale McGee is a victim of that type of mentality, man. So, I love the fact that LBJ was aggressive and the Lakers were doubling Jamal Murray. But, Caruso as well, and LBJ, I noticed they were switching onto Jamal Murray when he would attack, and then they would cut off the angle for him to attack the cut, and then they would rotate back. So I thought those two were, on the same brain path and brainwave rather. They did a good job communicating with each other on the defensive end, man. They did a great job. So that's what the Lakers have to do defensively, is be on a string. Everybody has to move simultaneously, talk, and compete. And they did that. So great job to the Lakers on defending Jamal Murray and not allowing him to get in his offensive rhythm, because he had to exert a lot of energy. Other than his knee contusion, man, he looked gassed to me, Laker fan. But Lakers did a good job not allowing him, like I said, to get in his offensive rhythm. Forcing others to beat them, things of that nature. A lot of one-on-one plays and one-and-done plays for the Denver Nuggets, who didn't have offensive rhythm, and a lot of assists. I think they only had like 5 assists or something like that in the first half. So, a nice block by Morris on Millsap. Then the lob dunk and transition to AD from Rajon Rondo, man. Reggie Miller and Chris Webber, man. I tell you, Laker Nation. Those brothers, I gotta say, like I said, they gotta be off the air, man. They gotta be off the air for TNT when they call in games or something like that. Because their bitch energy was oozing this game. Their emotionally challenging calls, just complaining, things of that nature. It's the dislike for the Lakers is so obvious. It was so obvious. So they gotta stop being fanboys and call the game objectively. Nobody wants to hear their feelings, man. Nobody wants to see that shit. They're supposed to enhance the ambiance of the game, as opposed to emotionally charge and put themselves in as a fan. They're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to call the game objectively, man. That's our jobs as fans. So it takes away from the game, man. It takes away. And I truly hope those brothers are not on the air, man, when the Lakers play, because they are hard to hear, man. They're so hard to hear. And it's clear, they still remember getting outs by the Lakers in the 2000s for championship contention. It is what it is. Too much sodium in the B-ball diet, man. They gonna drink that haterade because the Lakers are going to the NBA Finals and we're about to get that chip. Let's get it, Laker Nation. LBJ, props to him, completely changing the dynamic of this game, Laker Nation. Which is why the Lakers had the 10-point lead going into the break, into the second half. He had that look on his face to close and impose his will, getting to the cup easily, pushing the tempo and transition, which is the difference for the Lakers overall in this game. And for him in the past games, just imposing his will, asserting himself in the game, being aggressive, looking to score, things of that nature, and pushing and dribbling with a purpose. My coach always tells me, man, when I'm the point guard and I'm dribble with a purpose. And LeBron James was doing that. So, when Bron is decisive and not, over dribbling and pushing the pace, LBJ's at his best, man, looking to score, and then things open up for him, which enhances his ability to pass the ball and get his teammates involved. So what I mean by that is, if he's looking to score first as opposed to, pass, he actually becomes a greater passer, Laker Nation. He actually becomes a greater passer because the defense is going to be so focused on him. And when he's looking to score, he's going to be a threat. So that's the whole point. That was why Alex Caruso and others were able to, move off the ball and get easy layups and open shots because of LBJ doing this work early and imposing his will offensively in this game. LBJ had 14 points of his 16 in the second quarter, 7 boards, 6 assists. Caruso with 11 points off the bench, moving very well without the ball, man. Great job, Alex Caruso. That's one of his best features as a player, other than his defensive prowess and energy and physicality, man. The best off the ball player on the Lakers roster, no question, hands down. The Lakers held Jamal Murray to 3 of 8 from the field with 8 points, so he had no offensive rhythm whatsoever. So the Nuggets really couldn't get a groove with him or Joker in foul trouble, and that was one of the key points to this game. That plays into the Lakers' hands. I said last game the Lakers need to hold Denver under 50% shooting, and they did just that, and they did so better. They need to hold them to about mid-40s, but they held them to about 43%. So great job, Lakers. Great job, and great defensive plan on Jamal Murray in terms of doubling him and not allowing him to get into high screen and roll, things of that nature, which is the primary offensive set for the Denver Nuggets, is that high screen and roll. So, Lakers, great job, man. Great job. Great defensive effort from the fellas and Coach Vogel and the coaching staff. Lakers killing the Nuggets inside and on the fast break, I believe they have 36 points in the paint and then 12 fast break points, which was the key difference in this game, where the Lakers were able to get out, push the pace and play at their pace and run selectively, and then they're able to, use their size on the inside. Lakers go up 10 going into the second half, 61-51, and then third quarter, Lakers starting off with getting AD and LeBron James to the rim, and then Danny Green, man, finally hit a 3-point shot. Hey, it's funny, Danny Green, man, complaining on social media about the Laker fans coming at him, things of that nature. Look, brother, you paid $15 million. We could have used that money on someone else. The standard here in Laker Nation and the standard that Dr. Bus set up, man, we have high expectations. So if you can't stand the heat, stay the fuck out of the kitchen. Go somewhere else, man. But you got to produce. And Danny Green played bad in the first quarter, off the dribble, making poor mistakes, taking bad shots, turning over the ball, things of that nature, man. So, the criticism is warranted, brother. You got to play better. You got to play better, man. But, then Denver goes on a 10-4 run behind Jeremy Grant, hitting a couple threes as they lower the deficit from to 10 or so from 14. I think that was the Lakers' biggest lead in the third quarter. Jeremy Grant has really improved his offense, man. He has really improved. He used to be that wing that was just a slasher and that could defend, couldn't hit a jump shot to save his life when he was with OKC. But he's really improved his offensive game, ability to space the floor a little bit now, hit open shots. Also, score a little bit off the dribble, and then, of course, defend at a good level, almost at a high level as well, and then attack the cup. He's going to be a heavily sought-after wing on the free agent market as he's in a contract year. I can see him getting a 3 to 4 year deal, probably $10 million annually or so. And I think Portland will be a great fit because they have two scorers. They're going to need a defensive stopper. They have two scorers in C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard. And no disrespect to Carmelo Anthony, he can't defend the league. So they need somebody young like Jeremy Grant who could defend, hit shots, alleviate pressure off of Dame and CJ. So I think that'll be a great fit, man. If I'm Portland, I'd go hard after him. But I can see the brother getting, a good salary come this offseason. So we'll see what Denver has, what they would do, because they have a lot of players that are gonna, be in contract years. I think Gary Harris as well. So they have a very good young nucleus, and they're gonna have to decide either go over the cap or, consider. If I'm them, I would trade for an all-star because I believe they're an all-star point guard. Way move Murray to the 2. Just my perspective. That way, Joker gets the ball and he's not the only one trying to create offense for them and be the point guard. He's going to be having to exert a lot of energy, similar to what LeBron James does. They're going to need another point guard that can take the ball out of his hands and, allow him to rest and, preserve his energy and things of that nature. But, man, AD, man, hell of a block on Michael Porter Jr. at the 1+ minute mark. Get that shit out of here. Not in my house, man. Denied. AD, man. Hell of a block on Michael Porter Jr. at the 1+ minute mark. And then Lakers were slipping offensively and defensively. They look lost as a group, man. When Kyle Kuzma on the floor, he was ineffective this game. I don't know why Coach Vogel had him on the floor and why Caruso wasn't playing, man. I mean, Caruso was able to open up things for AD and LeBron James, being a passing outlet when they were getting doubled. So I don't know why he wasn't on the floor. Vogel has to stop playing rotations, man. He has to stop playing with rotations because come the NBA Finals, we can't have many mental lapses or mistakes, man. It's a small margin of error, so he has to have shit set, man. He can't be costing us games like that by making stupid decisions with the rotation. It has to be set come the NBA Finals. But, the Nuggets were able to overcome a 14-point lead, tie it 84-84. Then AD, to withstand a 17-7 run by the Nuggets, hit a 3-point shot to close the third quarter, giving the Lakers the lead, I believe, up 87-84 or so, going into the final and fourth quarter of the game. Lakers were stagnant offensively, like I said, man. So I don't know what Frank Vogel was thinking about having Morris, Kuzma, etc. on the floor when they weren't really providing impact. Caruso and Dwight Howard should have been on the floor, man. And then the Lakers just stopped increasing their pace and moving the ball, moving their bodies, and that aided the Nuggets, from coming back from a 14-point deficit to eventually tie, and then to only end down by 3 to end the third quarter. So Jeremy Grant, man, really helped the Nuggets out. Found this offensive groove, man. I believe he had 14 points of his 18 points to finish the third quarter. Really helping Nuggets overcome that deficit. You know, as Jamal Murray was limited offensively. So great job by the Lakers limiting him offensively, closing off the lanes and trapping him, things of that nature, forcing him into a facilitator, which he's looking to score more. And then, of course, with Joker in foul trouble, so Jeremy Grant stepped up. But fourth quarter, AD hits a victory at the 6+ minute mark to give the Lakers a 10-point lead as the Lakers go on a 7-0 run. 102, I believe, to 92 at that point in the game. And then, you know, I thought Caruso's defense on Jeremy Grant was solid, man. Making him airball a fadeaway jump shot, I believe around the 8 or 7+ minute mark or something like that in the fourth quarter. Caruso, man, does a hell of a job on switches. Overall, he may give us some size, but he has a pretty good core strength, good feet, has good length, and he's going to be able to battle there. He can defend literally or contain, I would say, probably anywhere from 1 to 3. So the versatility of Alex Caruso overall on the defensive end is solid, man. That's what keeps him on the floor as well. When we're able to play, you know, 3 guards or a small ball, Alex Caruso can guard the 3s, the 2s, you know, the 1s, and contain them. But good job by Alex Caruso forcing Jeremy Grant into a tough shot. He should have been getting more tick this game. So I don't know what the hell Vogel's ass is thinking, man, you know, to keep him out of the rotation in key moments in this game. And like I said, had Morris and Kuzma on the floor, which, you know, the Lakers were stagnant offensively. So hopefully Vogel understands when other players have it going, man, play them. Don't, you know, take them out. That's Luke Walton shit. That's Luke-ism right there, man. We don't need that. But, you know, LBJ, man, great job. I thought he was doing a great job hunting Jamal Murray, man. Similar to how teams hunt Lou Williams on the pick and roll. It's the same thing they were doing with Jamal Murray. Going at him, showing no mercy, man, with that knee contusion, making him play a bigger player, a stronger player than LeBron James, because the Nuggets were switching a lot, and we're going to be able to hurt them on switches more than what they would hurt us, especially if it's on both of our players, man, and AD and LeBron James, especially in the perimeter, because that's going to get LeBron James a driving lane. He's going to be able to post smaller players up as opposed to Jeremy Grant, who has the length and things of that nature. So he did a good job headhunting Jamal Murray on pick and roll. And then LBJ, you know, closing it for the Lakers down the stretch with 10 plus points in the fourth quarter, man. Had 38 points, of course, to finish this game. Props to LBJ, man, the brother, for leading the Lakers to the NBA Finals and to get this win over the Nuggets and to close, to come up in the clutch, man. That's what great players do, man. They will their team, they impose their will on this game, and hell, his greatness can't be denied. That's LeBron James, one of the best players in the entire NBA, in the NBA history. To me, he's top 6 and has a chance for top 5. That's my personal perspective. I may do a GOAT list eventually. It's going to be detailed as to why. I'll probably do that in the offseason, man. So stay tuned for that, Laker Nation and NBA fans watching this this video and you know, viewing my videos on his YouTube channel. Appreciate it. But yeah, man, he's got to impose his will. He's got to take over games. He's got to say fuck everybody. I'm destroying everybody who gets in my way, and that's what he did. Channeling that Mamba energy, man. That's the LeBron James that we need. That killer instinct. That, you know, they're looking to put his foot on team's neck and not allow them to have any confidence and taking their will away, man. That's what he has to do, and he did that down the stretch in the fourth quarter. So props to LBJ going at Jamal Murray and then going to the cup and not hesitating, because they're going to give him the jump shot because they have to respect his ability to drive and get to the cup. So I love that LeBron James, man, that aggressive LeBron James. You can see that look in his eyes. He was smelling blood. He was going after Jamal Murray. And he exposed Jamal Murray's defense on the pick and roll switch. So great job by the Lakers and LeBron James to capitalize on that switching from the Nuggets. All right, Laker Nation, let's close this game recap. So let's get to the team stats and player stats. So team stats, Lakers shot 9 for 24 from 3, 37% shooting from 3. Not too shabby for the Lakers. You know, we already know they're not a good 3-point shooting team. But when they hit, they can hit. And that happens, like I said, that happens when LeBron James is looking to score. and looking to be an offensive threat. It's going to open much more things up for the Lakers. Same thing with AD. They can't wait and hold the ball in the post because Miami and the Celtics are not going to let them get away with that type of shit a lot. They're going to force them into turnovers so they can't hold onto the ball. They got to pass, swing the ball side to side, find that breakage in the defense, and repost and move around to the opposite blockings of that nature. So that's what the Lakers have to do and make that adjustment come the NBA Finals. But they also outboarded the Nuggets 43-36. Also, they held the Nuggets to 42% shooting, and Joker and Jamal Murray had 20 points apiece or so. So great job by the Lakers, man, defensively, man. That's the type of defense we have to play. Elite defense, not allowing any of the opposing team's all-star players to get more than 20-plus points, man. And, pretty much stunting their offensive rhythm. And they did a great job doing that, getting Joker in foul trouble, and then doubling Jamal Murray. Great defensive game plan. We already know Vogel is a top elite defensive coach. We already know that, and that's what he does well. And then also the Lakers 22 points off of the Nuggets 11 turnovers. Another key distinction for the Lakers, man. They did a good job taking care of the ball. They had, 14 turnovers as well. So great job by the Lakers overall. They were able to get on the fast break. They had 18, I believe, fast break points as well. So when the Lakers are able to get out on the break, get some stops, and take care of the ball, man, they're a dangerous team to beat. And player stats, LBJ, 38 points, 16 rebounds, 12 assists, man. This brother was on a mission. We going to the chip. We going to the chip, eh? We going to the chip, eh? We going to the chip. Oh, man. But AD, 27 points, 5 rebounds, 1 block, 2 steals. Danny Green, 11 points. And Alex Caruso, 11 points, 4 assists. All right, Laker Nation. We back, baby. We back. We back where we're accustomed to and going towards an NBA championship and hopefully getting an NBA championship, man. We in the building, Laker Nation. We'll see who we face come the NBA Finals, whether it's the Celtics or the Miami Heat. They can get this work, man. They can get this work. We hungry. We going for that chip. Comment, like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, Laker Nation.